I have to confess I belong to those who haven't been immediately convinced. A couple of years ago, when colleagues of mine came to my office and told me you have to focus much more on sexual violence and conflict, and I said, okay, why? And I let myself be dragged into that conversation, and over time, I think with the many field visits that I did, with the many conversations, and with the testimonies I heard, I became very much a convinced president that this is a priority in humanitarian response today. And in that sense, I'm really pleased to be here with you. The second reason why I'm really pleased to be here is, of course, Franziska Greber, and whom I met already 3 years ago in another exhibition, which was really left a deep impression with me. And the impression it left, made women write their experiences on sexual violence on T-shirts, and she had this installation in the middle of beautiful alpine landscape, and the contrast between the heavy experience and the art talking in another way than words talk was for me kind of an eye-opener. Also to sharpen our understanding that not everything can be said, and in particular with regard to sexual violence, my experience also on looking at art was very much related to the fact that it is an obscure crime that is unfolding in front of our eyes. Obscure because in a lot of contexts people do not talk about what they are experiencing. And I think we have taken also some very practical measures in approach. The reversed burden of proof, which is somehow the emanation then in practical terms on this being a hidden crime, an unspoken about crime, and a crime on which I do appreciate that there are other forms of expression than words which open us to this experience that unfortunately, despite of being illegal under international humanitarian law, is real in terms of practice that we are experiencing. You know that in 2019, Antonio Guterres, the Congolese Women's Fund, and myself came together a first time also in an effort to demonstrate that this is not an issue of the one or the other organization, but it is an issue which needs cooperation between those who care for the victims at front lines, those who are in the field, and those who are politically also responsible to engage with states to build the policies and legal frameworks to address these issues. We have expanded considerably the surface of operation, and those who have already seen Franziska's art installation will have seen the link to the globe that is exposed here as well, of used clothing with the globe in which ICRC and Red Dot operations are taking place and where we try to respond.